And there we go. Hey everybody, my name is Kalle Slaap, watchmaker from the Netherlands. And a challenge today. The previous watchmaker says it isn't repairable. Let's see about that. That it's not going to be easy. Well, that's that's for sure. There we go. Well, you're watching live watchmaking on YouTube, Facebook and Twitch. And I'm really curious what's the hell is going on with this particular watch. Hey Camille and Daniel, ice cream. Let's see. Matt from Hong Kong, good morning to you. There we go. And from Sweden, Camille, Ireland, RV, Steve, JK, Goedenavond in Berlin, Stanislav, Max 1880, Claire Lee, I saw your message. No problem whatsoever, my friend. We'll see you another time. Lars, hey Vitis, a new member from Lithuania. And your first post, well, very welcome. Turbo Power Rob, leuk dat je erbij bent. Eric, Amanda, goedenavond. James, so nice that you're here every single time. Tom Holloway and Alan Scunthorpe it is. Hey Camille, you're a member for 20 months. That is mind-boggling. Thank you so much for your support and being here. And Zach, hey, hi there. Sorry, I saw your message as well, but it's been a roller coaster here. I promise I'll answer you soon. Your JJ Culture is running perfectly, so I'll talk to you soon, my friend. So, what do we have here? And Dani, hey, van Horen. Well, I'm a bit apprehensive to do this watch live on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch. Because, hey BFX, hi there, my friend from Slovakia. The previous watchmaker said it isn't repairable. Okay, he might be right. It is a huge amount of gold. There's a lot of going on. GMT, chronograph, and as we can see here, the pushers are slightly more upwards than or higher than the crown. So it is a chronograph module, just like the Speedmaster Reduced. It is a timepiece, and on top of that there's the chronograph module. So no, Lars, not another 7750. But you are paying attention. Lars Morgan. Because we see just another 2892 from ETA. First thing we see, there is a screw missing. Okay, but then we see over there and over there probably a screw missing. Then you can see it's a 2894-2. It is a bit of bling, Boyd. Hey Peter Paul, wat leuk dat je erbij bent. Ik was een klein beetje te laat, maar het komt allemaal goed. More Mr. Screw, ja. Of course, you probably know that. I don't do any work up front. You see by the screws, I didn't, well, and the horrible scratches. Don't worry, we are going to make it perfect again. But there are a few things worrying. But then again, we're watchmakers, so we solve every single problem one at a time. In a moment, you're watching with me. This is the camera through my microscope. Let's see. Plop. Put it under the here. And change cameras. 3, 2, 1. Plop. Johnny, I won't bet on it. And now you're watching with me through a microscope. Johnny Arsenou. Here we already see that is no wrist cheese. There already is some glue involved. But then again, we cross that bridge when we get there, and I'm going to polish the case so any scratches. Gold is of course a very soft material, so scratches like these, no problem. We are going to restore it. But the case of the missing screws and what we see on the inside, we'll have a look. So now it's perfectly clean on the outside. I use chamois chamois to clean windows. That's the best cloth to rub and to clean your watches. But make sure it's just available in the grocery store. Make sure you buy the natural chamois, and that is perfect. Always got a piece in my pocket just to clean watches. So now the outside is clean and everything we see is in the movement. Looks like moisture residue, and then we go inside. Well, that shouldn't be there. We'll have a look. But I fear it's going to be an interesting ride. Again, all of you, thank you so much for joining your free time with me. Cheers. Kakike, hola! And Fran. Fran, you received your new triocular microscope yesterday. Oh, excellent. I am sure you're going to enjoy it. And otherwise you just blame me. Turbo power. Hey. So, let's just open the watch case and see what we will find. But here is already some glue involved. We'll have a look. There. Rust, dirt, moisture. We're not sure yet. Um, 10 for 2, 10 for 2. The outside of the watch is well, somebody's taste, and luckily there are so many watch brands, but I'm really interested in the engine of this particular watch and how we can solve it. Hey, groetjes uit Zwitserland, wat leuk! JS Unica Touren. Jurk, good to see you, nice. So there we go, a nice fitting screwdriver. Gold screws, so incredibly soft. So make sure your screwdriver is nice and sharp. This one was particularly loose. It is a really heavy watch, well, because of the amount of gold. We simply have a look. Again, really loose. Hopefully we'll find the missing screw immediately when I remove this case back. And then we have to see why. Hey Per, good to see you. Then we have to see why glue was used on the pusher. I use a scalpel, very wafer thin, wafer thin mint, but really thin to wedge in between. Some particles on the crystal. Hey, oh. There is some rust. Oh dear. And some stuff that shouldn't be there. Oh well. We keep it. Strange. Not really rust. Slightly different. Use a bit of packwood so don't make any scratches. You see that it isn't rust, it is something, well, it resembles a bit of shellac, but it is a bit crusty. Oh well. Of course, we'll clean that. Oh yay. Yeah. That shouldn't be there. That shouldn't be there. And all this shouldn't be there. I think we need more coffee. Did you see that big of lump? um, that shouldn't be there. First I'm going to remove the automatic winding module there, and this one is already gone. Then we have a closer look on the movement itself. Incredibly loose screw. Hardly fastened whatsoever. So maybe we will find the missing screw as well. Carbon tip tweezers. There we go. Ah, there he is. Look at that. You see it? The case of the missing screw. That's a relief. Now we see that these screws aren't missing because there and there the movement is secured, and I can't even look at it. What the hell happened here? But there's no missing plate there. Well, all these particles like over. Is it a hair? All these particles are all the way through the movement. So there's no question it does need a full revision. This is still a mystery. The balance stop is floating around at the moment, so better take it out. Hey Bruce, hi there. Rien, hooray, everybody is here. There's the balance stop for the hacking function. Where is it? Hey Hans Peter, there it is. There, the balance stop. So I'm not sure if we're able to remove the oh, I thought these bubbles were like gold or rust underneath gold, so the gold was moving upwards, but it's glue. So the pusher that didn't seem to have any problems is glued in place, and the pusher with all the problems isn't. Aha. Wow. En niet zo'n beetje ook. Not sure how to solve that for the moment. Hey, prettige vakantie Rob. Ik hoop dat je het fijn hebt daar. Because it looks like it is pushed inwards. If you look at this, you see, seems like it pushed inwards. Oh, wat leuk Daniel, cursus in Schoonhoven. Leuk, krijg je waarschijnlijk les van Gert-Jan. Super gaaf. But if it's pushed inwards, the pusher, then it will be kind of difficult to remove the movements from the watch case, because this one is coming out from the back. Never a dull moment. I think if it's the first time I've seen gold colored plates like these. So thing is holding the movement in place. In a moment you will see that it is a module, chronograph module. So these screws, that one, and that one, is holding the module in place on top of the normal movement. Can I remove the power from the mainspring like this? Well, that's moving very difficult, so there is some problem in the winding as well. We know that for sure. So now there's no power on the mainspring. Just a quick test on the a lot of end shake in the center second wheel. Hey, look at this. Why I do? I'll tell you why I'm doing this check. Is that an insane amount of oil? Why I'm doing this check already? This is a chronograph. Of no, sorry, yeah, module chronograph. So it's a normal timepiece movement, and on top of that there is the chronograph. So this particular movement isn't designed for the extra power. Alfredo from Mirandella, hi there. So usually the chronograph module is taking power. So the movement has to perform extra pressure for the module. So there is usually more wear and tear than you expect from a normal identical movement. Hey Pele, just joined as a member for the beans. Thank you so much. Nice of you to join. Cool. What is happening here? Way too much end shake. You see it going up and down. I think we already found the root cause of the Nova. And then this is just way too much. It's so simple to solve. It's just lowering this jewel. That's all. Oh well. Still not sure if I want to look at this mess. And well, the main problem is that the rust and the stuff is there inside the movement, but we'll see it when we do the disassembly. Interesting already, but the main problem here is probably this wheel. So we removed that one, so power is from the main barrel, so we're not working on a grenade anymore. And now, fingers and toes crossed that the movement can come out of the back with the pushers being glued on the inwards position. This is a live stream. It happens when it happens. I am going to make, please allow me just 1 minute. I'll be back with an espresso and I'll be removing the winding stem, and again fingers and toes crossed that with the pusher glued on the inside position, look, it's touching here, then we can still get the movement out from the back. Some Dutch courage. Just pushed that one in and then the winding stem will come out. I find it so strange that there are traces of moisture, especially with the on the pusher side, and that the winding stem is pristine. I didn't expect it whatsoever. This might be a challenge, but we'll cross this bridge when we get there. Not really looking forward to that one. And to soften this glue, it has to go into a very warm, say 60-65 degrees cleaning, ultrasonic cleaning bath to soften the glue, because this is probably 2-component glue. Already interesting. It is coming just a bit, but I definitely don't want to force the movement out. Here you can see the outer ring of the movement is lying here on top of the gold, and here this pusher is prohibiting, and probably this gunk over there cuts the pusher from the inside case. I will probably be bending the gold on the inside, so that is something we are not going to do, but the last thing I want is to apply a lot of force on the movement. Shouldn't you take the strap off? Yeah, can. But it's got nothing to do with the movement on the inside. I've got a tiny lever for removing the hands. And just like a dentist, there's a movement in the movement. And then what the hell is going on the inside of a watch case? Oh yeah. Look, it was stuck in this stuff. And this is the pusher that isn't glued in place. Well, this rust we can expect inside the movement as well. It is going to be an interesting stream. And then they've won. So now we can safely put the watch case in a warm ultrasonic bath and soak the glue. Well, and when we are finished with this watch, screw heads like these are all individually polished and will look pristine again. Oh, we need a second one. We've got a small tool for that. Hey, Australia, Bruce. Oh, Kalgoorlie gold mine. Ah. So, without taking a sip of the espresso over there, here we see the result of the moisture. See that? So we already found probably the root cause of the malfunction. That is too much end shake in the third wheel, second wheel. Well, now I'm going to remove the hands, remove the dial, and then you can see, beautiful solution, the chronograph module, and underneath the normal ETA 2894. Cheers, everybody. So, that is much needed. Watchmaker fuel. So, remove the hands. As far as I can see it now, we can restore this watch into perfection. All the stuff we found so far isn't a really big deal, but we will find some rust inside the movement and see what it's done over there. Well, the very thin levers for the hands. The one. 2. 3. Really stuck that last one, but should be okay. There we are. So you see the pivots there, all nice in the middle. Always check that. And now the huge stack of the 4 hands in the center. Wat is wijsheid? I prefer to remove... Hey, Algeria, cool. Yeah. I've opted for the... Do you see the bigger or larger radius of these levers? Because it's a stack of 4 hands at the same time. So you need a bit of leverage for one hand, but now you need more for the 4 hands. So I'm opting now for the levers with a larger radius, so you can, and they are nice and wide. So you spread the impression on the dial, less force, and you've got some more control over the force you're applying to the hands. Nice controlled way. There we are. And this pivot in the center, because it's a module, is really fragile. So try to remove the dial. I don't want to see this. Oh yeah, 20,000 already? Almost? Yeah, did we? That would be so nice. If you just joined and you were thinking, what the hell is going on? Some bald guy unscrewing screws. Well, my name is Kalle Slaap, watchmaker in the Netherlands, and you're watching live watchmaking, and we are really close to 20,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel, Chronoglide. So if you're into watchmaking, if you're into watch collecting or whatever, or just like having an inside view on watch movements or this trade, please hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are really close to 20,000 subscribers, which is insane. It's a sold out O2 arena in London. And we're going to celebrate the 5th of September with a very special stream. There we are. Here we have the dial feet, and they're the retainer. But there's always a but in watchmaking. I just glanced to this schals, as Kian should say. And this is rust really inside the movement in a moment, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We'll see. Hey Thomas in Florida, well, all the best with the insane weather in the US. Oh, and Gobi Mel, your stepfather is from the Netherlands. Cool. So there is well, does your stepfather eat raw herring as well? Like all of us here in the Netherlands. There is the first dial feet retainer, and on the other side there should be another one. There we are. There are beautiful tools to do that, but I just prefer going in between there and gently use a bit of leverage. There we go, just to push it out without any force. So 2 dial feet retainers, and there is the There we go. Let's have a look. Lovely dial. Chronograph and GMT function. Beautiful. Just look at the markers. The finishing of the markers. Index. Sharp, shiny. And then the and the stripes in between the seconds. Lovely stuff. Cool. Really cool. So now we have to make sure this one is loose on top, so we can take it off. It was a bit sticky. Maybe you can see the marks over there. It was a bit sticky, so it was really in need of some attention and some maintenance, because that took a lot of force for the movement to revolve. And then you'll see the normal movement is this layer, and then there's the module on top. Be very careful, because I will show you. Do you see the small pivots protruding? 4 of them tiny. Hey, look at this. Seems a bit bent. Or is it optical illusion? That one. Interesting. We'll have a look. We'll have one. So you cannot place it on top, because the pivots might break. Well, place it on this one. There we go. Nice and stable and safe. Let's have a look. It's a thick movement, RV, you're absolutely right, because there are 2 movements stacked on top of each other. Just like the exactly the same as the Speedmaster Reduced. You can see here the screws from that one. You see it's retaining the module on top of the movement. Huge screws in my profession. There we are. Sorry, but I need to concentrate. There we are. Well, this is just the normal movement. Look at this. That's the date ring. And this is now, and that one, the power source. There is a lot of play. And here, well, the rust. Yeah. Have to be very gentle and careful because I want to remove the... Hey, Edward, Mancunian, hi there. My friend from Los Angeles, if I'm not mistaken. I want to remove the rust, but I don't want to scratch the main material. Look at this, is just seized. Well, the one thing I'm not going to do is to loosen the screws and yank it apart, because this is completely seized. We have to soak the stuff first and then no movement whatsoever. Oh well. Victor, really good question. Solutions do you use for rust? We start with WD-40. Just to soak it. It's not too aggressive. What's this? It's just a dent, or... Okay, it's just a dent. Soak it in WD-40. Non-aggressive and usually a good start. And I saw some promising results, but I'm not sure yet. I haven't tried it yet, but somebody told me phosphoric acid and bicarb. I haven't tested it yet. Want to do it on yeah, just some watch parts, so we know it's not staining the parts, because if you treat rust treat a part and it's got a different color of bridge than the rest, it's just horrible. So we're not going to do that. But yeah, first have to test. But it was looking promising. just removed gently this one. You can see the small dots. Seems like a residue. Or is it an imprint from the other side? This one I'm going to remove with a Presto tool. Phosphoric acid too concentrate for too long will eat ferrous. Yeah, I think I saw it being used on brass with staining, but I'm not sure. There we go. Just removed this tiny wheel from there, but look at this. There is a lot of work to be done. Oh well. One dip, Joe Junk, yeah. One dip is a solution, a cleaning solution, just for, it's produced for balance springs, but it is, well, here in the Netherlands again, it's just my opinion, and one dip is just like lubrication. Two watchmakers, three different opinions, and you start a war. As I understand, minefield, one dip is a bit outdated. It's not healthy, that's for sure. But if you use isopropyl, simply pure alcohol, and rinse your balance spring in acetone, it's just about the same compounds as one dip. So acetone and rinsing and alcohol rinsing works just about the same as one dip. Still not healthy, but does the trick. I hope that answers your question. So I'm more than slightly worried about this residue. This is really old grease, I think. Well, we cross that bridge when we get there. So I'm going to do the disassembly of this movement part, and this module, well, have a good soak, and then remove the rust very gently. It's a lovely solution, isn't it? I found this. Why? It is a bit of a standard module of, no, sorry. Zip, 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 zip. It's a bit of a standard movement, not module. And so they placed a module on top. So far so good. They used the date ring for transferring power. Beautiful solution, no problem whatsoever. A bit of a drag and friction for this complete wheel. And now, this used to be a date ring function. Here you can see the wheel for setting the date with the inner teeth, 31 to be exact. The teeth are now not for setting, so not a sideward movement, but only to retain the part. So here you can see the teeth going underneath this piece, so it's only for putting it apart. So there's no other function for the inner teeth, just for revolving. Why is this wheel in place? You see this piece that is connecting the hour wheel, transferring wheel, to the date setting. Why is that still in the movement? Because it can move freely, as you can see. There's no drive possible, none whatsoever. But if it's moving like this, see in between, it takes all the power of the drive function, and between the movement and the module. There's no need for this part whatsoever. The only thing it can do is form a defect or create a malfunction. So they removed this wheel and kept that one in place. Schiet mij maar in een kapotje. In Dutch. Oh well. Well observed, Azamat. The intermediate wheel is missing, but should be missing because it is no date function anymore. Okay, that one. they snapped the spring that should be there if it is a date function, but now it's not needed. It could have been done nicer. Well, there is no need whatsoever for this wheel. It can only break the function of the movement. Why take the effort to remove that wheel and leave that one in place? Oh well. So now that ring isn't secured, I'll remove this plate with just the one screw, this plate with just the one screw, and that plate. So now I can simply lift it without any stress. That is so... remember the GMT wheel that was so incredibly stuck. Now here again. Oh, this should be. Sorry. This should be like this. Should it? No, it shouldn't. Yeah, should be like that. Just look at this. That should be lubrication. Here. Really in need of some tender love and care. You're absolutely right, Cas. I just saw it. Well spotted. You're absolutely right. We don't do these movements too often. But I love to see new things. And we had a watchmaker here in the workshop, completely specialized in these. Hey Wim! So now this part. So far all the defects we found we can solve. The only thing that is going to take some time is the rust in the module. That's no quick fix. Oh yeah, and the glue from the pusher, Johnny and Elder, you're absolutely right. We have to address that. Marco, CBR, good evening. You are probably a Honda enthusiast. Otherwise, I shouldn't know where CBR comes from. Might be the Hurricane. I forgot about the glue in the pusher. Oh, Centraal Bureau voor Rijvaardigheid. Yeah, true. Zeker, Wim. Dan zou je daar zo trots op zijn om dat in je naam te zetten. Hey, wat is... Oeh. The pallet fork is rusty. So for sure rust in the complete movement. Okay, only thing left is the main barrel and gear train. But let's do some tests in situ. Wow. That's way too much. And then... Hey Patin, hi there. Finger bend. Not from the pallet fork. This one is way too much, but we already know that. Well, we have to do all the end shakes. Let's check the pivots in a moment. Rob, let's see, bent fingers on the pallet fork. Interesting thought. Let's have a look. I think it's an optical illusion, but good thinking, Rob. So first gear train, because the gear train here is overlapping the bridge for the main barrel. It is possible to do, but it is taking a risk, and we are not going to take risks here. Look at this. Not sure. Well, we just know that isn't beneficial for running over. And look, that is the one that is over lubricated. So the previous watchmaker knew there was a problem. Interesting. Yeah. Oh well. Let's have a look at the pivots. Because the movement has got an, look at the old, that used to be oil. That pivot is in good shape. See what happened? This is the wheel with way too much end shake. And this is the bit where the drivetrain is pushed on. So a watchmaker pushed on the wheel on top and didn't support the pivot from underneath. So he's pushing, 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 and well, changed the position of the jewel. Simple as that. Absolutely certain that is what happened. Keith, what kind of natural oil would they have used? They dried oil doesn't look synthetic. You're absolutely right. This, well, lubricant or grease has been there for quite some time. It really doesn't look like synthetic grease, but I should place oil there. HP 1300 would be ideal. So we already found a few answers for the malfunction of this movement. Well, first, simply rust. But we will remove that. Hopefully from the module as well, but that will take some time. With placing of the driving wheel, they pushed the jewel down. There is a lot of really old lubrication that needs to be replaced. So some Here again the main barrel. Here. Really dry and some rust sediment. This is the wheel with the most pressure for the module, and this is okay. Again, from the color you see way too much and older lubricants. Well, plenty of work to do. We are going to remove all the rust from the movement. It is really dry. Then we will cross this bridge with the horrible rust in the module. Not looking forward to this, but that will take some time, but should be okay. Where was the scalpel I used? That will be fun. Yeah, fiber brush, but they will scratch too much. So first we're going to soak. And then we're going to clean. And then clean the module, which will be interesting. Well, that's it for tonight. What a journey. Oh, and of course we only have to solve this. And the glue situation on this pusher. Nothing to be seen on the inside, but that I'm going to use the ultrasonic cleaner about 65 degrees, which is quite warm, quite hot, and hopefully soften the glue, and then see, because that is the interesting part, why the glue was needed. That is the interesting part. So, all of you, thank you so much for joining. Almost 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. If you like the stream, please hit the like button. That is very helpful for the growth of our channel. It is still, we're trying to make free available content, and the growth of our channel is very important for that. Still, this streaming costs more than we get back, but we really enjoy showing you the inside of a watch movement and how beautiful, intricate, how well thought through a watch movement is. Beautiful stuff. Never ceases to amaze me. Again, enjoy your evening. If you are able, you are very welcome to drop by in our workshop the 5th of September. And otherwise, join the stream and you see the faces behind the names in the chat.